Hey guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know how much good this little mic is gonna do. I might like use it and not use it in a combination. I just got this one off of Amazon recently, and so it seems to work better for my phone, but it's just not working super great on the computer. But either way, it's better than nothing. So, anyways, this particular laptop that I'm on right now doesn't have the greatest mic. And why, I don't know, because my older one works so much better with the mic, but it's so old, it barely functions. It's like a dinosaur. So, anyways, without further ado, today we are doing skincare video. And this is going to be my current skincare regimen, which does change a little bit from time to time. But for the most part, this is what I've been doing for years. This is what works. I am 32, recently turned 32. And I feel like I'm doing pretty good considering, especially I do spend a lot of time in the sun, and I do also use a tanning salon at least once a week, if not twice. And so overall, I feel like I've done a really good job. And so I want to talk a little bit about what I use on my face. I'm also going to talk a little bit about body care because that is really important, I feel like, to mention in my skincare video. So I'm going to try and keep this as short and simple as I can. For those of you that are wondering if I use something fancy or some, specific brand, I don't. I don't use a specific brand for everything. I don't use anything fancy or anything expensive by any means. Allergies, sorry. So, without further ado, I'm going to go into a little bit of what I do. So, I cleanse, tone, and moisturize twice a day. So what I do for cleansing is, I'm going to be completely honest, I use like a bar soap. And I know some people are going to freak out when I say that, but it's different for everyone, and everybody's skin type is completely different. So one soap that I really like to use that is bar soap is Dove, just the plain, the unscented kind, the sensitive skin or whatever, or the baby Dove. I love using that. Or this is one that I got from Buff City. I've already used a lot of it. But this is one I prefer to use unscented, or just something really simple, all natural ingredients, as simple as you can get it. So I just use a little bit of that or some cast iron soap on my face, very, very gently. I just very, very lightly wash off my face. So after that, if I have makeup, if I've been wearing makeup, I will use a baby wipe. So usually that's at nighttime. So I'll go in with a baby wipe, unscented, as natural as you can get the wipes, and I will get off any excess makeup, rub all over the whole face, etc. And so after that, I will use what I call toner. But kind of what I do for toner is a little bit different. So I basically use essential oil as toner. Sometimes I will use witch hazel, but I really hate the smell of it, quite frankly. So I will use an essential oil. Now, the type of essential oil you use is going to depend. If you have sensitive skin, it is not going to be a good idea to use some of the stuff I'm going to show you, especially not directly on your skin without diluting it. So I tend to dilute essential oils a little bit with just like a tiny bit of water on a cotton ball. So I'll grab a cotton ball and just use, a couple drops of essential oil. So this one is Germ Guard blend. I've been using this one lately because I've been having some breakouts on my face. Last week I had a really bad breakout, and so this actually helped a lot with that. And this has a very astringent type of feel to it. So that's what I've been using recently. So this is just a blend of a few different oils. This is eucalyptus. I don't really recommend this unless you're ready to really get your pores hardcore tingling. I have used that before, but if you've got sensitive skin, I would recommend something much milder. Lavender is one. I will say if you put that on your face, it's probably going to hurt. Most people that I know that have put lavender on their face have had bad experiences, breakouts, really bad for people that have psoriasis or rosacea or anything like that. So research and be really careful if you're going to do the essential oil toner. But that is just what I do. You can play it safe and just use witch hazel or, an over-the-counter astringent. Just, I highly recommend not using the ones that have all the artificial dyes and fragrances. Just something very plain, very simple. So after that, I go in and I just moisturize, and I'm going to show you exactly what I use to moisturize. just plain organic coconut oil that you get from the store. Very small amount, but this works really great. Use it around the eyes too. But this is what I've been using for years. I mean, I've used a lot of other products too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, obviously if you've watched any of my videos, or if you look in my playlist for my skin and hair care playlist, you will see so many different products I have tried. So, and everything I have on my counter right now is not even everything that I use. So, bearing that in mind. Another thing that I do is I exfoliate my face twice a week with like a microdermabrasion type of product. So you can make your own. If you don't have a lot of money, it's no problem. You can totally make your own at home out of baking soda or salt or something grainy, and just mix it with like some oil, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever it is you have. Just mix it up and put it on your face and do that twice a week. That has helped me so tremendously. People do not realize how important it is to exfoliate. So this is from Buff City Soap Shop. This is not specifically for the face. Again, if you have sensitive skin, do not use a body product. But I don't have sensitive skin, fortunately, but I am still careful, and I will still have a breakout sometimes if I use something that's too strong or something that does not agree with me, and that is going to look different for each person. But this I use on my face too, face and body, twice a week. So you can even use coffee grounds, which I do sometimes. That's really good for tightening up the skin, face and body as well. A good body lotion I use too is this EOS. This is a really great brand. It's kind of pricey for my taste, but it lasts a long time and I feel like it's worth it. So after moisturizing, I go in with eye moisturization. So I kind of differ on what I use for that. Sometimes I'll use specific eye products. Like a while back I was using like an anti-aging serum that was really, really good. And I'm trying to remember what that one was called. King, some kind of, I don't remember, but it's in my videos on one of my fairly recent videos. I'd say maybe this was like a couple of months ago. I was using that, and that worked really well. So I like to try a lot of different things. And so I will go in with whatever eye moisturizer I'm using, whatever eye cream I'm using. Let me see if I can show you guys a little bit of what I'm using right now for the eyes too. I did a video on this the other day, so if you want to check that out, definitely do. This is Glow on Fifth Beauty. I'm trying to get the right light so you can see that, but this is Bye Bye Puffy Eyes. This is about $24 on Amazon, eBay, BoxyCharm. I got this from BoxyCharm. Again, if you're a skincare junkie, I highly recommend BoxyCharm. They send you a box every month and you don't pay retail value. And it's really actually an amazing value, like literally like bargain value for those people that like a lot of makeup and skincare products. So I rub some of this, particularly in the morning, but sometimes at night too, on my eyes. So, but sometimes I just use olive oil even. Sometimes I just simply use whatever it is I feel like using. I've even used like petroleum jelly if I don't have access to anything else. Whatever I can find, that's what I use. So I always do the eyes too. You always want to add in that last step with the eyes because it's a huge saver, because it's not always about cleanse, tone, moisturize. Like there's actually a lot more to it than that. There's exfoliating, there's doing a mask and all this. And so another thing I do, other than the basic everyday routine, is face mask twice a week. So I'll show you a few of the ones I'm using right now. So I will do 2 different ones each week. And so let me see what I got here. Here we go. This is one I got off Amazon, Green Tea Clay Mask Stick, Detoxify and Refine. So this also has kaolin in it. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this is one that's really good for oily skin, or if you're having breakouts, or if your skin is just kind of in an uproar. Like this is also soothing. So if you've got redness and stuff like that, this will help with that. So this is a stick mask, which is really convenient because you can just rub it on and you don't have to get your hands all dirty necessarily. So there's one. Another one that I'm really loving right now is this came in my BoxyCharm as well. Watermelon and cucumber hyaluronic acid. The brand is Petal Fresh Pure. This is moisturizing, cooling, and renewing. So this is kind of one of those where you can't go wrong regardless of your skin type. So I really love this one because it does not dry out my skin. I usually go through a transition in the fall and winter where my skin will get super, super dry, and I'll go through a period of a few weeks where it's literally flaking off and like so dry that I'm almost like, you can see my fine lines really bad. It gets bad. And I try everything and there's nothing I can do. So honestly, it's just one of those things where it has to just run its course. But again, I love this mask. So that is one as well. And then lastly on the mask, I have the Elemis Superfood Midnight Facial. This is my absolute favorite. This came with BoxyCharm as well. I don't know how much this one is retail value. I cannot recall. But this, I put it on my face at night, and you let it just sit on your face overnight. Like it goes directly into your skin. Like it's not real greasy or anything like that. So you don't really notice it. And you just sleep with it, and then you wake up the next morning. Oh my gosh. When I use this stuff, I wake up and I look better than I have in my whole entire life at 32. So super glowy skin, super moisturized, plump. Really, really great. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love this product right here. So that's going to be a go-to from here on out for me. So you also want to think about like your décolleté and stuff like that, and your neck and your décolleté. You always want to include that with your moisturizing and all that kind of thing. So definitely don't forget about that. Sometimes I'll even use a little bit of Vicks Vapor Rub or petroleum jelly on those areas, because sometimes they get kind of like wrinkled up for me, even at 32. So that kind of helps. And also, for those of you that might be pregnant or have been pregnant, I know it sounds really weird, but Vicks Vapor Rub is actually extremely good for stretch marks. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos on that, but it actually works. But the key is always prevention with everything. So if you are pregnant, I recommend this stuff. I know some people might try to say, oh, it's bad for the baby, but with both of mine, I use this stuff every single day, multiple times. And it worked really good. So I would rub it like on my belly button, and I didn't get stretch marks on my belly, hips, or thighs, or bum with either of my two that I carried full term. So I use that, tons of coconut oil, and just oil in general, like olive oil, whatever I could find, organic canola. And then I would also use petroleum jelly, the highest quality I could find, and I would rub that as well into the areas that I was most concerned about. So stretch marks, if you have a concern, definitely Vicks Vapor Rub and petroleum jelly, Vaseline, whatever. Let's see what else. So apart from the masking, I also will do a facial spray. So for the spray, what I do is I just get an empty spray bottle, and I combine water with a little bit of organic oil, whether it's olive, canola, whatever it is. I don't use the coconut oil because it can clump up. For those of you that don't know, coconut oil does solidify at 76 degrees Fahrenheit. It melts at under 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So unless you're in a really hot environment all the time, the coconut oil is going to get stuck in there, and it's just going to be a huge mess. So anyways, empty spray bottle, fill it primarily with water, and then add a little bit of whatever oil of your choice, and then do some drops of essential oil, however much or however little you want to do. This is something you make at home. You can also obviously buy facial sprays online, or at the store. You can do it as a primer. I do it morning, afternoon, and night, even when I'm already wearing my makeup in the afternoon. So that is really the last main thing that I will do. And another thing I like to use, for those of you that don't know, I do self-tan also, naturally very, very white. So yes, I go to the tanning salon and I tan in a can, or whatever you want to call it. So the one I'm using right now that I love is Artistry Studio Zen Energy Bottle of Sunshine Hydrating and Healthy Glow. So this one, honestly, you really don't even have to rub it in. Like, I just spray it directly all over my body, and I wake up the next day and it looks like gold. It looks beautiful. And it's subtle, but yet effective. Like, it's really, really rich, beautiful color. So this one is a little bit more than what I normally pay too. But that is something that I highly recommend. I do recommend that product, but I do self tan about twice a week as well. So just thought I would put that out there too. If you self tan, I highly recommend using a product that, again, no artificial fragrances or colors or phthalates or anything like that. Just try to get it as pure as you can. I mean, I don't always use perfect products. Obviously, like, not everything I have is super clean, but just doing the best you can and finding the most clean product that you can is going to be in your best interest always. So that is on the self tanner. Also with body care, just, again, exfoliating a couple times a week. Every now and then you might want to do like a body wrap or a tummy wrap. You can get those online. It Works is a really good brand to use as well. And saunas are always great. You can get home saunas. I had one of those, but it just did not really work that well. So I don't really use it anymore. But things like bath bombs, I use a bath bomb a couple times a week. So I know that's kind of extensive, but that is the gist of my skincare routine. I also want to point out that makeup has a lot to do with your skin. So whatever makeup you're using, try to use the most high quality you can that's within your budget. I don't spend a ton of money on my makeup, but in the same point, I make sure that I'm not getting something that's going to be bad for my skin. I'm getting something that's going to agree with me and give me the best quality. You don't want to overcake your face with makeup. If you do that, you will definitely regret it. It will cause excessive wrinkling and just make your face, it just won't be good. So one tip that I want to offer is if you're having a breakout, pimple, whatever, take a little bit of eye drops or even contact solution. This is artificial tears that I use for my eyes because I had LASIK. And just take a couple drops and put it on that pimple. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. It really helps to reduce the inflammation and get the breakout inflammation down. So that is just a tip that I want to share with you because I saw that in my bag. So next, moving on, we have, let's see, with the makeup again, so the base I'm using right now is this one right here. I'm going to talk about this probably in a separate video, but in the wintertime, I just use liquid only. I don't do powder. I only do powder in the spring and summer. I have combination skin. So in the spring and summer, my skin is more moist and hydrated. Sometimes a tad bit oily, but not really. And then in the winter, it tends to be more on the dry side. So that is just what I do. And, be careful about the brushes that you're using too. This particular one is Eco Tools, pretty affordable, Amazon. Don't use anything too harsh or too synthetic. And anyways, all the products, they use powder, cream highlighter. And I've done videos on my makeup too, but just make sure that what you're using is not too harsh. You can use minerals. This is eyeshadow from Concrete Minerals. Lip gloss from Tenay, I still don't know how to say that, sorry. Physicians Formula is another brand I love. This is a lip treatment, but I mostly use it as a blush, as a cream blush. And then, what else? A little bit of glitter. And, so that's really about it. I do a little bit of eyeliner sometimes too, mascara, but all those things you want to think about. You want to think about your lips too, because your lips are a part of your face and they will age, and believe it or not, they will get a ton of wrinkles, and they do. So that's the extent of it. And see if I want to add anything else. Again, with body care, I'm just going to show you guys whatever body wash or soap you're using. Think about that too. This is what I'm using right now, lavender and vanilla filled in Future. No parabens, phthalates, sulfates, or certified synthetic colors. There we go. So this I just get from my local grocery store for a pretty good price. And, it's pretty clean. Also consider your hand sanitizers. Are they full of synthetic fragrances? Your cleaning products. So that's all I want to say on a physical part with skincare, but I also want to point out that a huge portion of what your skin looks like, and honestly most of it, is going to come internally from the inside. So if you're not drinking enough water, if you're not staying hydrated, that's going to be absolutely huge. If you're not eating healthy, your face is going to break out and be more uneven. It's not going to look as good. If you are obviously it goes without saying, excessive stress, things like that. I deal with a lot of sleep deprivation personally, and I have over the course of my whole life. But what I can say is, even if you are sleep deprived, even if you're, a busy mom, or you've got, a new baby, whatever the case might be, still having a really good skincare routine in place and doing all the other things that you can do, like staying hydrated, exercising daily, things like this, are really going to help you. So like if you are really tired, it's not always going to be visible, especially if it's short term. So I do want to put that out there, because I'm a person that has dealt very heavily with very intense sleep deprivation. I used to suffer from a very, very horrible insomnia. I still have insomnia now. Not as bad, but I mean, I've had many nights of no sleep, many nights of, an hour or two. So I just want to put that out there as well. And so from the inside out, think about those things. Things that you can do even if you're really stressed out too, like meditating and going for walks, things like that. Little tiny things, they all add up. And so no matter how busy you are, how stressed out you are, whatever's going on in your life, there's always something you can do to improve your appearance and to improve your skin as well. So these are the things that I do, and I will update you with more stuff as well as soon as I, see something else that I want to talk about, or use something else that I want to talk about. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or contact me personally via email or on any of my other social media outlets. This is another face mask that I just bought from the store. So I get one of these every week too, because honestly, like, there's something about them that just feels like luxurious and feels like a treat, kind of like a bath bomb. So I use these too. But again, still only twice a week on the face mask. You can do as much or as little as you want. I would say as much as you want is going to be the best thing. But yeah, so that's really about it. This one's got vitamin A, C, E. And this is a sheet mask, so you put it on and you just kind of, take it off after 20 minutes and let it soak in, so you don't have to rinse it off. But I hope this video helps. And again, I know it's kind of a lot. I kind of use a lot of different things, but, many of you have asked me for an updated skincare routine video, so here you go. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.